Duel. It's a kick, floating in the air. Ania from behind, punches the ball away, goes after it again, dives after it, and the ball goes over the boundary line, so a throw-in to take place on half-forward flank for Collingwood. 17 minutes have gone in the first term. Warren Jones against Craig Stewart. Jones got the ball down. The loose ball eventually picked up by Ashman. His kick goes across the ground. Perovic makes no attempt to take possession. A big thump from Perovic, picked up by Dacos. Dacos now steadies and puts a long kick down towards the forward zone, where Davis is at the back and takes the lovely mark. Craig Davis, a beautiful mark. Davis from behind Bruce Duel. Davis only 25 metres out. You see for yourself the angle that he's kicking from. Now Craig Davis. Has it swung back? Yes, it has. A well-placed kick by Craig Davis. A lovely goal. Jubilant Craig Davis.
So Collingwood move to 2-1. 13 leading Carlton, 1 behind. But as we've said, Collingwood kicking with the breeze, and a very strong breeze indeed. Barham and Davis, the two scorers for the home side. And as we see again in replay, a great mark by Craig Davis. And he then worked that breeze out perfectly with his kick for goal. 13 plays 1. Just over 18 minutes gone in this first term, and the not so good weather not having any effect on this very good crowd here at Victoria Park. Here's the bounce once again with Dennis Rich. Cloak and Jones vie for it. Ashman, a hurried kick down towards Hunter. He couldn't take it. Some fierce tackling going on. That was Ricky Barham doing the work on that occasion for Collingwood, and he asked the question, why no penalty? So we're still in the centre square. Cloak and to Jones. Jones uses his bulks. He gives it to Ashman down towards Ditchburn. Buckley is there for support. Taylor has Hanbury. Buckley ripped off the football and loses it. And Jimmy can't work it out. So the Woods out of trouble once again. Wow Jones, the flyer. Recovered well to shovel it out to Johnston, whose kick was smothered. Rains can't get an effective handball away. Johnston again, another smothered kick. Burke is in there for Carlton too. In goes Jones, and eventually Dennis Rich says, no one's getting this out, I'll have it. So he does, with a bounce at centre wing. 13 plays 1. Austin to half forward. Buckley will be late on the scene. Could have given Picken a slight nudge. Hunter gets the handball out to Ashman. Here's danger, but he's caught. Gets away, however. To Hunter once again. He's under plenty of pressure. Fitzpatrick tried to push it forward, but straight to Greg Phillips, and he gets the Woods out of trouble. A long kick up towards centre wing. Tony Shaw comes to meet the football. Gets a favourable bounce. Has support too running down that flank through Philip Walsh. The talented left footer goes with a long kick. Waiting at the back is Stewart. Recovers well. Shoots towards goal, and he's got another one. 3 on the board to the Woods, and great recovery then by the big man in Craig Stewart. 3-1-19 to Carlton's 1 behind on Sevens. Big lead.
Stewart almost taking the mark as we watch on replay. A lovely kick by Philip Walsh. Long and direct. Dropping the mark, but recovering beautifully to quickly snap a goal. So it's Collingwood 3-1-19 with Carlton on 1 point. By Glenn James, who put the ball down with Warren Jones competing against David Cloak. It's Cloak, Craig Stewart and Perovic. Stewart, of course, kicking that last goal. No clear tap. Ania gets it. A hand pass in. Kicked off the ground. Goes straight to Picken. Picken puts the ball straight out towards the wing. It'll bounce over the boundary line on centre wing. So a throw-in to take place in front of the members' stand. When you say members' stand, it's the members' stand really is further around. There's Ken Hunter. Puts it high in the air. Punched away by Ania. Picked up by Wayne Johnston. All Collingwood, and Mark Hanbury takes them up.
Not on camera, but Fitzpatrick off and McClure on for Carlton. Bobby?
So it's Hanbury. Puts the ball up towards the wing. Barham in the front position. It's punched away by Glascott. Austin takes it. Poor kick from Austin. Mark McClure onto the thick of things as soon as he comes on. The ball bounces there for Taylor. Taylor of Collingwood, a quick hand pass to Picken. Picken easily gets around McClure. A nice pass from Picken, straight to Rains. Rains then goes for the long kick. It's a floater, really floating around. English coming through, takes a lovely mark.
So English just on the defensive side of centre wing. Straight on to Peter Bosustow. The buzzer, beautiful kick to Johnston. Swings it round with the left foot. McClure coming up too late. Tapped it down, taken by Brown, across to Taylor. Michael, a handball across to David Cloak. Will steady. A floating drop punt. Morwood, Shaw waiting down. Williams has got caught 2 or 3 times already. English. Ashman, beautifully spoilt by Picken, and he should get the free kick, William. My word, they love him here at Victoria Park.
So they should, Sandy.
Yes, he's been a great player for them.
If you could find a fault with Picken, it's probably that he just doesn't chase fiercely enough.
There's his kick, and hasn't he improved his kicking? Williams went up some 10 minutes too early and gave it away to Big Wow, who goes straight on to Desmond, who just gets his kick away up towards centre wing, and Buckley takes it. On he goes again to Perrin, hooking it back towards McClure. Phillips went for the spoil but wasn't strong enough, and it's hooked over the shoulder by McClure right across the face of goal and out of bounds in the left forward pocket. Light rain starting to fall again, and conditions not hot by any stretch of the imagination.
How right you are, Sandy.
From the throw-in, Collingwood out towards Philip Walsh on the half-back line, having a good tussle there with Williams. And in front of the small scoreboard, we'll see another throw-in. 3-1 to 1 behind. Robert?
So the throw-in on the half-forward line for Carlton. Collingwood teaming well together, particularly in defence, as the hand pass now comes from Richardson to Toomey. Toomey's kick in towards the centre. Perovic knocks the ball back, but it's taken by Shane Morwood. He punches the ball on. Southby comes across. Southby and 3 Collingwood opponents. Tapped on by Morwood towards Tony Shaw. Shaw bundled out of the way by English. English, the quick kick. He's played a magnificent first quarter for the Blues, and his kick taken down there by Peter Bosustow. Bosustow, the short pass, finds Williams on the centre wing. Williams of Coll. Short pass. Austin's there and takes the mark in front of Pickett. So Rod Austin still on centre wing. That kick only going 10 metres. Austin, a long kick this time towards centre half forward, and a great mark by Michael Taylor. Taylor of Collingwood. Long hand pass, finds Dacos. Dacos steadies, puts it up towards half forward, and in the front position, Tony Shaw. A 15-metre penalty because Wow Jones made no attempt to get out of the way. He goes on, a well-placed kick, and this time Ania from directly in front, 35 metres out, should have no trouble in scoring. Accuracy is all that will be desired, and so it's John Ania. Can he bring up Collingwood's 4th goal? Ania's kick, way offline and through for only 1 point.
So the Woods move to 3-2, 20, a 19-point break over Carlton with that 1 solitary point on the board. Bruce Dool to bring the ball back into play, coming to the grandstand flank. Perovic. Short to centre wing, looking for Hunter, but that ball swinging with the breeze out of bounds on the full. So Picken again, having a fine first term. Badly directed kick and straight down the chest of Wayne Johnston. Johnston back towards the wing. Brown, the spoiler for Collingwood. Hunter waiting down for Carlton. Hooking it towards Ashman. Traps it well. And looking for Ditchburn out on that half-forward flank, but the West Australian farmer just unable to keep it in. And so another throw-in to take place. Into time on by just over 30 seconds or so in this first term. Dacos up high. Out towards Brown, who tried to tap it on towards Taylor. Ashman intercepts close to the boundary line and in fact taken over.
So the throw in this time on half forward flank for Carlton. right in front of the members stand. McClure from behind. Gets it over the back, but it's taken by Richardson. His quick hand pass to Phillips. On to Toomey. Collingwood now as Toomey comes up to the centre. Towards centre half forward with the kick. Punched away by Bruce Dool. Philip Walsh comes across. Couldn't quite gain possession. Dool's there again. Supported by Hartney. Gets past the tackle. Puts the ball up towards centre wing. First on the scene is Hunter. Runs straight into Greg Phillips. Mark Hanbury, I should say. And the ball goes over the boundary line, midway between centre wing and half forward flank for Carlton. There's the siren to end the first term, with Collingwood on 3-2-20, leading Carlton 1 point.
Into the second term here at Victoria Park, and the host side, Collingwood, leading by 19 points. They had the advantage of the breeze in the first term, as Fitzpatrick is back on the ground after having a spell on the interchange bench. Rains couldn't get it through English. Richardson in trouble. Toomey. With the whistle it sounded, and it will go the way of Carlton to be taken by Bazasto, along with 15 metres. He'll go long and low towards full forward. Phillips, McClure, Shaw. Socket off the ground by Ditchburn for Carlton's first. So a good start for the Blues in the second term, kicking with the breeze. They trail 3-2 to 1-1 on Seven's big lead.
Yes, quick thinking by Ross Ditchburn, made no attempt to pick that ball up. We'll watch it again on replay. As Ania probably should have been given a free kick there, as he was tripped by the forward in Mark McClure. But the umpire not seeing that one, so 1 goal to Carlton. So it's 20 points to 7.
Centre bounce once again between Cloak and Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick tried to get it down to Johnston on that occasion. No one's able to do anything with it, so we're still virtually right in the middle and set for another bounce.
This time the bounce still almost in the centre circle. But of course, with no rule for only 4 players from each side in there, there's quite a number around the bounce. On the bounce. No one gets the tap until Fitzpatrick eventually. Rains loses the ball. Basasto a quick kick down towards the half-forward line. Ania comes out. It's Ania and Ditchburn. A hand pass from Ania across to Hanbury. Southby punches the ball away. Then recovers it. Williams forces the ball through. Rowan Burke towards Jim Buckley. A quick hand pass out towards Basasto. He taps the ball on. Fine play by Basasto, and Glasgow of Carlton puts the kick forward. Wayne Johnson takes the mark. So it's Johnston of Carlton. Half forward flank. Possibly too far to score, Sandy, but you never quite know if he gets the aid of the breeze. It's a lovely looking kick, but it won't make the distance. Up in the square. Cloak takes the mark and takes it through for 1 point. So 1 rush point to Carlton. And it's 1 goal 2 to 3 goals 2. Greg Phillips. Plays on from fullback. Gains 5 metres. And puts the kick towards half-back. Fitzpatrick punches it away. Knocked on by Basasto. He was looking for Jim Buckley. Buckley hooks the ball back towards the goal square. McClure up in the square. Call play on by the umpire. Phillips trying to get the ball out, and a pack forms. McClure saying to Dennis Rich, I thought I should have been given the mark. But it's a bounce to take place right in the goal square for Carlton. Cloak of Collingwood comes in. He'll probably try and punch it through. No, he punches it wide. Picked up by Greg Phillips. He has time to touch the ball on the ground twice. Now he's up around the half-back line. Tackled, loses possession. Just took a little bit too long. Good play by Mark McClure, which allows Rowan Burke to put the ball forward. Basasto's there for Collingwood, for Carlton, I should say. Taps the ball back. It goes straight to the opposition in Mike Taylor. Taylor gets one too high, and he'll take the free kick. So it's Michael Taylor of Collingwood. On the back line. Lovely kick against the breeze. Up towards centre wing. Thumped back by Fitzpatrick. Hunter of Carlton takes the ball. Was looking for the hand pass. Now puts a high floating kick down towards the forward pocket. No mark by McClure. Just knocked away at the last moment by Phillips. I think McClure, no, he thought he might have been in a bit of trouble there. Taylor again puts the ball up. Goes over the boundary line. Skidding through there was Philip Walsh. and the throw-in to take place on half-forward flank.
The throw in, Cloak and Fitzpatrick both heading in the same direction. Buckley and Johnston lose it to Rains. To centre wing, and the mark taken by English. Has a feel of his back as Perovic goes long down towards McClure once again. Can't take it ahead of Ditchburn. Waiting down was Anir. Tried to get the hurried handball across to Cloak. He follows up his own work now. Gets it across to Cloak eventually, who, with a short kick, sees it over the line and another throw. This persistent